What if I told you that the electric vehicle market has just been flipped upside down, and it's not by Tesla? Toyota, known for its reliable sedans and hybrids, has just unleashed a budget electric SUV that could shake the entire industry to its core. Imagine a world where affordable EVs outperform high-end models and are actually within reach for everyday buyers. Sounds impossible, right? Stick with me, because this move changes everything, and here's exactly how. Performance, power where it matters. What if the cheapest electric sport utility vehicle on the planet did not feel cheap at all? It is a question most car buyers never thought they would ask. Because for decades, affordable and high performance have been opposites in the automotive world. Low-cost cars meant sluggish acceleration, clunky handling, and barely enough power to get you through a freeway merge. But Toyota's $13,000 electric sport utility vehicle is turning that entire formula upside down. And what is inside this budget-friendly machine might surprise you. Let us start with the motor. The base model of this sport utility vehicle is powered by an electric motor, delivering the equivalent of over 210 horsepower. Combine that with a curb weight of just 3,600 pounds, and the result is a zippy, agile feel that makes city driving a breeze. Acceleration from 0 to 60 miles per hour takes just over 8 seconds. It is not a sports car, but it is more than enough for urban commuters, rideshare drivers, and weekend road trippers looking for peace of mind at every green light. The battery options are equally thoughtful. The standard lithium iron phosphate pack offers a practical range of around 220 miles per charge, enough to cover most drivers' daily routines with miles to spare. But Toyota did not stop there. For those with longer commutes or regular highway travel, two upgrade options are available. A 60 kilowatt-hour battery delivers a range close to 270 miles, while the top-tier 80 kilowatt-hour version pushes past the 300-mile mark. Those numbers rival electric vehicles that cost more than triple the price. And it is not just about range, it is about convenience. With 150 kilowatt fast charging support, you can top up from 30% to 80% in just under 25 minutes. That is enough time for a coffee stop or a quick lunch. No more waiting hours at a charger or stressing over long detours. For the first time, performance is no longer tied to price. And that flips everything we thought we knew about budget electric vehicles. But what happens when you step inside? Here is where it really catches everyone off guard. Interior comfort. No one expected. You won't believe what's inside a $13,000 electric vehicle until you see it. That's not just a statement. It's a genuine moment of disbelief for nearly every car enthusiast and first-time buyer who gets a glimpse inside Toyota's latest creation. You'd expect hard plastic surfaces, outdated tech, and compromises at every turn. But what Toyota has delivered is something else entirely. It feels less like an entry-level offering and more like a calculated disruption of everything we thought low-cost vehicles had to be. And what's most surprising is not just that the interior is functional, it's that it feels desirable. Let's start with space. This is not a tiny city car trying to squeeze 5 people into a sardine can. With dimensions comparable to the Toyota RAV4, this electric sport utility vehicle offers legitimate room for families, daily commuters, and rideshare drivers who rely on cabin space to make their passengers feel at ease. Front and rear legroom are generous. The roofline does not taper in awkwardly, and even taller passengers won't feel cramped. It's this sense of roominess, usually reserved for far more expensive vehicles, that forms the foundation of the vehicle's comfort appeal. But space alone is not enough. What truly sets this vehicle apart is how Toyota uses that space. The materials are soft to the touch in all the right places. You do not find yourself running your hand across the dashboard or door trim only to recoil at the feel of brittle plastic. Instead, Toyota opts for refined finishes that look and feel intentional, with design flourishes that balance practicality and polish. This is not minimalist in the cut costs sense. It is minimalist in the sense of confident restraint. Every choice has purpose, and nothing feels like filler. Now let's talk about the tech, because this is where Toyota defies expectations even more boldly. Front and center sits a stunning 14-inch touchscreen that dominates the dashboard, not with size alone, but with clarity and responsiveness. It's intuitive, it's fluid, and more importantly, it bridges the generational gap between digital natives and those who just want to adjust climate control without navigating a maze. Whether you are streaming music, syncing your smartphone, or checking your route, the experience is refreshingly smooth, like something lifted straight from a premium segment. And just behind the steering wheel, an 8-inch fully digital driver display that keeps critical information front and center, without overwhelming the user. Battery range, speed, navigation cues, it's all there, cleanly arranged and easy to absorb at a glance. For digital natives, this feels familiar and engaging. For less tech-savvy drivers, it feels welcoming rather than alienating. Toyota's thoughtfulness continues into the rear cabin, where small details make a major impact. Rear passengers get their own air conditioning vents, a feature usually reserved for models in the $30,000 to $50,000 range. Add in multiple universal serial bus charging ports, and even wireless charging options, and suddenly this vehicle does not just accommodate, it anticipates. Whether you're a parent juggling devices in the back seat or a rideshare driver needing to keep passengers powered up, these additions are functional luxuries. But the real surprise, the detail that makes this interior feel borderline indulgent, is the 32-color ambient lighting. It's subtle, it's adjustable, and it transforms the cabin into a space that feels personal. This feature alone creates an experience that buyers simply do not expect from a car at this price point. It gives users something emotional, the feeling that this vehicle is more than transportation. It becomes a space that feels like it belongs to them. It's important to pause here and consider what this really means. For decades, budget-friendly vehicles were built to hit targets, not to turn heads. They were utility first and comfort last. Toyota is rewriting that formula. In this vehicle, comfort, space, and smart technology are not afterthoughts. They are part of the DNA. You can feel that philosophy in every button, every touch point, every interaction inside the cabin. It's not just a place to sit while driving. It's a space designed for real life. For families, this interior is a game changer. Rear seat space and air circulation matter when you have children. USB ports and fast pairing matter when you're juggling school pickups, navigation, and calls on the go. For digital natives, the connected features and seamless infotainment options turn a daily drive into a more enjoyable, productive experience. And for rideshare drivers, these interior features mean better reviews, more comfortable passengers, and a more professional setup, all without inflating operational costs. But the surprises do not end here. Because from the inside out, this electric vehicle keeps making bold statements. And once you lay eyes on its exterior, well, let's just say, this is not what anyone expected from a budget electric vehicle. Platform, the hidden revolution. This is not a cheap car, it is a cleverly engineered one. That distinction is the quiet engine behind Toyota's entire disruption. While the headlines scream about the $13,000 price tag, what makes this electric sport utility vehicle truly revolutionary is everything hidden beneath the surface. From its advanced battery architecture to its artificial intelligence backbone, this vehicle is not built around compromise. It is built around mastery. At the heart of this revolution is a partnership that defies conventional automaking wisdom. Toyota and GAC. GAC, short for Guangzhou Automobile Group, is one of China's most efficient and technologically advanced automotive giants. Known for producing high-quality electric vehicles at cost-efficient scale, GAC does not operate like a traditional supplier. It acts more like a strategic co-pilot, one that brings precision, speed, and efficiency to every stage of production. Instead of building everything in-house, Toyota made a bold but calculated move to integrate into GAC's existing electric vehicle ecosystem. By doing so, Toyota tapped into a supply chain that was already optimized for cost, speed, and regional sourcing. JOSI's modular manufacturing processes allowed Toyota to lower costs not by cutting corners, but by eliminating waste. Every bolt, battery, and sensor is part of a refined production dance that keeps overheads low and output high. One of the most critical engineering choices in this platform is Toyota's decision to use lithium iron phosphate battery technology. While lithium-ion batteries have powered much of the electric vehicle boom, they come with expensive dependencies, rare materials like cobalt and nickel, limited cycle life, and complex thermal management systems. Lithium iron phosphate, on the other hand, changes the game. These batteries are safer, more stable, and more affordable. They charge consistently, hold up better in extreme temperatures, and can endure more cycles before degrading. Most importantly, they are easier to source locally. That is crucial in a world where supply chains have become fragile and politically complex. By choosing lithium iron phosphate batteries, Toyota not only cut battery costs significantly, but also built in resilience and predictability, two ingredients that allow global scalability without relying on unstable sources. Yet it is not just about the battery. This vehicle is smart, shockingly smart, for its price bracket. At its core is the NVIDIA Drive AGX Orin X chip, a powerhouse processor typically found in luxury electric vehicles. This single chip runs an entire suite of advanced driver assistance features, from adaptive cruise control and lane-keeping assistance to real-time object recognition and predictive decision-making. It fuses data from 27 sensors, 11 high-definition cameras, 12 ultrasonic radars, and 3 millimeter wave sensors into a constantly updating model of the world around the car. This level of autonomy support is unheard of in a vehicle priced under $20,000, let alone $13,000. And while Tesla relies on its proprietary over-the-air subscription ecosystem to activate many of its advanced driving features, Toyota's offering is embedded. No extra fees, no unlock codes, just real capability right out of the box. To support this level of technology, Toyota needed more than clever software. It needed a manufacturing and logistics model that could deliver precision hardware at scale. Here's where decades of lean manufacturing experience came into play. Toyota applied its legendary just-in-time delivery systems, modular vehicle design, and localized material sourcing to an electric vehicle framework. The result? A vehicle that can be built anywhere, adapted for regional requirements, and delivered faster and cheaper than anything competitors have managed. In the past, platform development for electric vehicles often meant high costs, slow iteration, and limited production runs. Not anymore. This platform is agile, it is future-proof, and most importantly, it is repeatable. Toyota and GAC have not just built a car, they have built a production system that could be licensed, duplicated, and scaled to fit global markets. The genius is not in what Toyota added, it is in what they refined. This is engineering as strategy, not just to make a car work, but to make it work everywhere, for everyone. And even with all this innovation, none of it would matter without the move that stunned the world. Price, the shock heard around the world. $13,000. That is not a deal. It is a detonation. Toyota did not just lower the price of an electric vehicle. They rewrote the market. For years, automakers have insisted that affordable electric vehicles were impossible without major trade-offs in safety, performance, or comfort. Tesla built its entire model around premium pricing, while even budget competitors like Build Your Dreams and Xpeng hovered well above the $20,000 mark. But Toyota just shattered the pricing ceiling, and now the entire industry is scrambling to understand how. Here is what most buyers do not see. This price is not a gimmick. It is not an introductory offer or a stripped-down trim to meet a headline. It is the result of strategic choices made at every level of production. By leveraging GAC's localized supply chain, Toyota eliminated costly shipping and import duties. By using lithium iron phosphate battery packs, they slashed material costs. And by tapping into its own global production network, Toyota applied decades of cost-cutting muscle to a brand new category of vehicle. But perhaps the boldest move of all is this: Toyota is selling this vehicle at a loss. Yes, it sounds counterintuitive, but it is the same strategy that turned Amazon from an online bookstore into a global tech empire. You take a loss on the product, you dominate the market, and then you monetize everything else. In Toyota's case, that everything else includes a future of subscription features, connected services, and upgrades that roll out over time. The car is no longer just a product, it is a platform for ongoing engagement. And here is why Tesla and others cannot easily copy this move. Tesla's entire identity is wrapped around high margins and premium branding. Their vertically integrated supply chain is expensive to maintain. Their retail model relies on direct-to-consumer channels that lack the service infrastructure of a legacy dealer network. And their core buyers expect luxury, innovation, and prestige. If Tesla were to suddenly slash prices to match Toyota, it would collapse its margins, dilute its brand, and alienate the customers it spent over a decade cultivating. Even if Elon Musk pushes out a so-called budget model in the coming years, it will be playing catch-up. Because Toyota has already delivered, and they have done it without sacrificing brand trust or long-term profitability. This price tag is not a race to the bottom. It is a strategic top-down disruption. It is Toyota using its vast cash reserves, its reputation for quality, and its partnership with GAC to undercut not only Tesla, but every other automaker that still believes electric vehicles must be premium. For budget-conscious buyers who have watched the electric vehicle market from the sidelines, this is more than just an opportunity. It is a moment of vindication. Electric vehicles are no longer for the elite. They are for everyone. And Toyota just proved it. And that is why this $13,000 price tag is not an offer. It is a warning shot. But there is still one thing this electric vehicle cannot escape, and it might decide everything. Drawback: the infrastructure bottleneck. Even a perfect electric vehicle is useless if it has nowhere to recharge. That is the harsh truth facing not just Toyota, but the entire electric vehicle industry. Because while this new sport utility vehicle delivers on performance, comfort, and price, it still faces the oldest and most stubborn enemy of mass adoption: infrastructure. Let us start with the basics. Charging speed means nothing if there are no stations nearby. In countries like the United States and India, the public charging network is still patchy, inconsistent, and far behind where it needs to be. Long-distance travel is possible in theory, but often frustrating in reality. Drivers in rural areas, apartment complexes, or underdeveloped regions still face the constant question: where will I charge? Even in countries with more advanced infrastructure, like those in Northern Europe or parts of China, the demand is beginning to outpace supply. Stations are crowded, charging speeds vary, and support for faster protocols is uneven. While this Toyota can accept up to 150 kilowatt fast charging, that is only helpful if those stations exist and are working reliably. There is also the issue of regulations. Every country has its own standards for emissions, crash testing, and battery certifications. And adapting this vehicle to meet all those standards could introduce delays, increase production costs, or require regional re-engineering, putting pressure on Toyota's goal of global rollout. But perhaps the most powerful challenge is not physical. It is psychological. Perception is the final frontier of electric vehicle adoption. Many first-time buyers still believe electric vehicles are inconvenient, risky, or experimental. They worry about being stranded. They doubt the range, and they do not trust that support will be available when they need it. Toyota's $13,000 sport utility vehicle may overcome those fears on paper, but the infrastructure must support it in practice. And until this one issue is solved, even the best electric vehicles will hit a wall. which is exactly why Tesla, once untouchable, is now under direct fire. Tesla, the premium brand trap. Yet that very premium model, which once defined success, has revealed an inherent vulnerability. Tesla's high margins and reliance on a status symbol now stand as obstacles rather than advantages. When the cost of performance is measured in both financial commitment and long-term sustainability, the premium model's exclusivity becomes its greatest weakness. Tesla cannot easily reduce prices without jeopardizing the profit margins that fund its advanced research and global infrastructure. Lowering prices on the Model 3 or Model Y might erode the brand's elite image and lead to financial instability. Instead, Tesla's current model locks it into a strategy that excludes a vast segment of potential buyers who are eager for affordable yet reliable electric mobility. Elon Musk has often hinted at a more accessible, budget-friendly Tesla. However, turning that hint into reality is a monumental challenge given the company's cost structure. Tesla's vertical integration, cutting-edge software, and massive investments in autonomous technology all depend on high-margin sales to stay viable. Producing a truly low-cost electric vehicle would require a complete re-engineering of not just the car itself, but of Tesla's manufacturing, distribution, and even branding approach. While Tesla's performance and innovation remain compelling, its inability to offer a lower-cost option without drastically altering its business model has left many potential customers in a dilemma. For those who value performance and futuristic features, Tesla continues to be attractive. Yet for the broader market, the substantial price gap creates a barrier that is becoming harder to ignore. Consumers are no longer satisfied with promises. They want practicality. And now, with Toyota's $13,000 United States electric sport utility vehicle already on the road, Tesla finds itself in a position where it is, for the first time, forced to play defense. But it is not just Tesla in the crosshairs. There is a war brewing in China where price, scale, and speed are redefining the future of electric mobility on a global scale. BYD, home turf rivalry. The world's top-selling electric vehicle brand in China has just been ambushed by an unexpected contender. BYD, known by its full name as Build Your Dreams, has long dominated the Chinese market with its value-based leadership, extensive production scale, and a reputation for delivering cost-effective electric mobility solutions. BYD's strength lies in its ability to churn out electric vehicles that combine innovative battery technology with affordability, winning the hearts of millions of Chinese consumers. Yet Toyota's $13,000 United States electric sport utility vehicle has disrupted BYD's home turf. While BYD has excelled by keeping production costs low and passing those savings on to its customers, Toyota has leveraged its global supply chain and decades of manufacturing excellence to deliver an electric vehicle that challenges BYD on its own ground. In comparing battery technology and cost engineering, Toyota's approach creates a direct confrontation with BYD's established formula. Toyota's partnership with a leading Chinese manufacturer enables it to access local resources and optimize production, a strategy that rivals BYD's own efficiencies. For BYD, this new challenge is more than a competitive threat. It is a call to reassess its pricing and value propositions. The risk of price cannibalization looms large. If BYD lowers its prices further, it might compromise the quality and innovation that have been its hallmarks. Meanwhile, Toyota is targeting BYD's core customers by offering a product that feels reliable and advanced without the premium price tag. This strategy forces BYD to decide between maintaining its current margins or adapting to a rapidly evolving market where affordability is becoming paramount. For Asian market buyers and industry watchers alike, the competition now resembles a full-blown platform war where the stakes extend far beyond immediate sales figures. As the pressure mounts in China, the dynamics of electric mobility are shifting. Consumers who once believed that premium features required a premium price now see an alternative that disrupts the status quo. In response, BYD may be forced to accelerate its technological development timeline, revamp its lineup, or double down on international expansion. And in Europe, the shockwaves of this battle are beginning to be felt even more acutely. Volkswagen, a legacy under pressure. Volkswagen once envisioned itself as a pioneer of the electric vehicle revolution. With an illustrious history of engineering excellence and a global brand that stood for reliable and affordable transportation, Volkswagen invested billions of United States dollars in transforming its portfolio. The introduction of its ID series was meant to usher in a new era of accessible electric mobility across Europe and beyond. However, as the market matures, the legacy automaker finds its ambitions under severe pressure. Toyota's $13,000 United States dollar electric sport utility vehicle has cast a long shadow over Volkswagen's offerings. In comparison, the Volkswagen ID.3 and ID.4 now appear not only outdated, but also overpriced. The promise of a modern electric vehicle is marred by production delays, conservative rollouts, and a reluctance to embrace radical cost-cutting measures. Volkswagen's strategy, built on decades of traditional automotive manufacturing, struggles to compete with Toyota's lean production techniques and efficient supply chain management. This predicament has sparked a crisis of brand identity for Volkswagen. The company's reputation, once cemented as the maker of the people's car, now collides with a future that demands radical affordability and rapid innovation. Buyers who value the storied engineering of Volkswagen are now confronted with a reality where legacy can no longer justify higher prices. The mismatch between Volkswagen's premium history and the new market expectations has created an internal pressure to innovate or risk losing relevance entirely. Supply chain rigidity further exacerbates the problem. While Toyota has optimized its processes to secure cost advantages, Volkswagen's more traditional methods result in higher overheads and slower responses to market shifts. As consumers become increasingly discerning, they notice the gap between what is promised and what is delivered. For European buyers and enthusiasts of legacy automotive engineering, this gap is a bitter reminder that even the most storied brands are not immune to the forces of change. The challenges facing Volkswagen extend beyond product design. They touch on the very philosophy of car making. As Toyota's affordable electric vehicle gains traction, the established norms of luxury and legacy are being questioned. New entrants and innovative approaches are rewriting the rules, and Volkswagen's inability to adapt swiftly could see it relegated to a relic of an era when high prices were the norm. And with that, the old rules of car making are collapsing fast. But what's your take on this? Let's know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.